Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to It's Something to Do with Pete and Will. We promise it's something to do. Back, everybody, to It's Something to Do, and we're doing something. We're gonna keep sitting here doing this until
for the last couple of weeks you've really been insistent on getting the names in, and then today no names.
Pete and Will, it's something to do. Peter Osterhaus
and Will Norfuji. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. And I don't know, tell a friend you've been wasting your time with us. How you doing?
Brought to you by Huggies, which
are you wiping your butt with those?
No, it's just stuff that you need during the show because I have allergies. And then when I start to leak, Huggies are better than Kleenex. However,
so you need a wet wipe and a dry wipe.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah. Oh, and also this week, this has been my breakfast. Brought to you by Red Vines.
Very little difference between those and the jerky. Yep. They're both the same shape.
Yep. Same vitamins, same minerals.
Roughly the same length, I think. I don't know. Are you eating Red Vines for breakfast because your wife and kids are out of town? Your family goes out of town and you immediately revert back to like 22-year-old you?
Oh yeah. Well, that's usually me. So, I'm never going to reach my actual age, but that's the reason I'm in this space right now is because there's nobody here. Here, listen.
What is that like?
Listen.
No, it's good. No, I understand. I know. I'll tell you what's not great for a podcast. A lot of sitting and staring at each other in your empty space. So what's it like? How you doing? Are you just, I don't even want to know if you're wearing pants, but have you, okay.
I'm not sure. Did you put them on the shirt yet, but
did you put the pants on specially for this, or have you just been pantsless the entire rest of the day?
No, it's funny that you say that because I actually, I just is like a routine. I get up, I shower, shave, shine shampoo, just every day.
All the S's.
Yeah. And then walk out and clothed. Because I feel like if I sit somewhere just wearing, sweatpants or something like that, that's a bad sign for the kids.
But there's no kids there right now.
Yeah, but still,
so you still do it
myself. Yeah,
gotcha.
I have to have at least enough self-respect to.
Do you make your bed?
Get my shit together every day. Sometimes I make two because we've got 3 bedrooms.
Sure.
Sometimes one of us is in the guest room because one of them's snoring. I won't say who.
Sure.
Again, I love everybody. They're all doing a great job. But yeah,
when it's just me, and it hasn't been just me in
this is the first time in a year,
2.5 years.
You haven't had the house to yourself in 2.5 years?
No. My wife went away for work, but I had the kid.
Oh yeah.
So I haven't had the house to myself in.
You had the kid?
Yeah, that's how I refer to it, the kid. And then it'll be the kids.
I had this thing.
And so, I haven't had the house to myself in over 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember what it's like to you, but I will say that unless I had something to do, if it was whatever, obviously if I had to go to work, I had to go to work. But if I had the house to myself on a weekend, then yes, it was in general, I'm a leisurely morning type of person. I don't like to get up and get going unless it's to go get some exercise. But if it's like, I'm not going to wake up and shower,
crowbar exercise in there
just to go. Intentionally, just to go and sit on my couch and watch TV from 9 to 11:30 or whatever. You know what
Are you
you know
still
what it
trying
is?
to make me feel bad?
I'm not going to shower for that. No, you really you showered.
What an asshole. We're
You
not supposed to
showered.
swear in the first 10 minutes.
You showered. You did all the things that an adult man does in the morning. That's incredible.
Well,
What I'm
this
saying
just-
is,
I'm looking at this right now, and it's like, well, I mean, I don't know. This is just how it comes out, but it
which is great.
I don't
Honestly,
know.
like it's one of those things where, I'll go back to my morning routine, but having a hairstyle that you don't really need to fuck with all the time
yeah,
is kind of nice. It's kind of in line with those people who figure out what their uniform is going to be. It's like I wear jeans and I wear this kind of shirt and I wear these shoes and I wear it every day. That way I don't expend the brain power wondering what I'm going to wear. Having a hairstyle that's kind of the same thing is, yeah, it just does it. You don't have to expend the effort in, oh, did I get it right? Oh, I didn't get it right. I got to start over again. Wait, maybe I should do this with it. Some people really enjoy that. Some people really relish that act, but if you don't have to do it, then that's great.
I mean, I'm not sure that this is working, but I don't do anything to it.
I think it's working just fine. Don't overthink it.
Hey, you're being sweet again. That was
Don't
nice of you.
overthink it. You look great. You look great.
In our pre-tech thing, you were just real surly, and now you're just being sweet. You brought
Peter.
me back.
Listen, my day has been a surly fucking day. That's how it's been going
Really?
here today. Yeah. For whatever reason, today has been like, I have emails that I need to respond to because things are happening. Not a lot of things, but things are happening. And I was on the phone with somebody this morning, and it was not a friend call. It was, it was another thing. And my daughter just decides this is a good time for me to shit my pants. So she poops her pants. So I'm on the phone, and the guy's like, "What do you want to do? Do you want to sell it? Or do you want to buy it?" And I was like, "Oh my God." And he's going over something that I barely understand. And then I'm cleaning poop out of my kid's pants. And I got to call you back. Deal with the poop, call him back. Meanwhile, I can hear her. I gave her some colored pencils to play with, snapping the tops off of all of the pencils and then throwing them on the ground as I'm trying to have this phone call. We deal with that. We go outside. I can't.
I think this is a parenting issue.
Keep her from just doing, she's doing whatever she wants, and then you call, you're on the phone with me, and I'm trying to talk to you, and she has decided that she doesn't want to eat lunch. What she would rather do is pick old lunch out of the ground and try to eat that. Are you fucking kidding me? And that's just how it's been going. So then we do our little,
now you're with me. My allergies are kicking me in.
I don't give a single shit about your allergies. And then we hop on the call, and you're like, I got how my mic works, and you have not figured out how your mic works. So yeah, I'm a little surly today, Pete.
Well, let's bring it all back in, because there's a lot to.
Here's another thing. Okay, this is actually something quite fun, quite funny and cute. My daughter. So we were having dinner the other night, and we made something that she really liked. So she ate all of it on her plate, and she ate the rest of her food. And then when she eats, it's orzo. You like orzo, the little pasta. Yeah. And when she eats it, she's like got a spoonful of it, and it's shaking, and she's trying to dump it into her mouth from like up here, and it's going everywhere. And then she decides that she wants my wife's pesto, orzo. So she takes her spoon and, like a surgeon, reaches forward, takes a spoonful of it from like a foot and a half away.
No problem.
And expertly brings it back to her mouth. No problem. Tries to take another bite off her plate. Everywhere.
Chaos.
How does that happen? What is that?
The same thing. I was not having the kids around has been it's transformative just because they've been around for so long. But we talked about this in another episode. Everything they touch spills.
Yes.
It just knocks over.
Mm-hmm.
What do you What do we have to do? We have to have lids on everything. And then my 5-year-old, it's dad, 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 dad. Hey, dad, dad, dad. Then the 9-year-old, dad, hey, dad, 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 dad. It's like in that Disney movie where they're like, mine, 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 mine.
Then the older one's like, hey, did you not see the little one?
Dad,
she really wants your attention. She's really trying to get your attention. Can you
Dad,
please pay attention to her?
oh my gosh. And then I've got a little dog. Her name's Bitsy, and she literally just follows me around the house staring at me, giving me a complex. I'm like, what are you looking at?
Well, you named her Bitsy. What happened to Itsy?
Yeah, well, it's Bitsy.
Huh.
It's classic.
She didn't have a sister named Itsy at any point?
She had a brother and he died. Thanks for bringing that up.
Oh shit.
What a dick.
Oh shit. Surly. I'm fucking surly today.
Yeah, you're going for it.
I'm bringing up dead pets, baby.
Oh.
So
I went to bed. Last night I went to bed, and I didn't go to bed until like 4:30 in the morning because I was exhausted at like 7, and nobody was around.
Yeah.
And,
so you took a methamphetamine and stayed up until 4 a.m.
No, I slept from like 7 to 9:30, and then when you wake up at 9:30, you're screwed because then you're up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. So my buddy lives in Hong Kong.
Wait, are you talking about you? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Maybe I was not getting the times of this right. So you slept from 4 p.m?
No, 7:30 at night.
At night
until 9:30 at night.
Oh, okay. I was thinking 9:30 in the morning, and then I got confused as to where the 4:30 came in. No. Okay, so you took a 2-hour nap at 7 o'clock at night.
Right.
Okay, I'm with you.
Like
yeah,
a complete douchebag. And then, but my buddy lives in Hong Kong, and so I get on the phone with him, and I'm on the phone with him until 4:30. He's my best friend from when I was a kid, and I look at the clock. I'm like, it's 4:30. What am I going to do now? So I lay down and I slept for like another 2 hours. I mean, it's a complete disaster when I'm by myself. Clearly, I need all these people around me in order
to keep you on track.
Some schedule.
Okay, so this is what I was getting at. Yeah. This is exactly what I was getting at. So you do all the S's, you shower, you shave, you get dressed like a human being. So on one level, you're there. You're very grown up about this. On the other level, you're sleeping weird hours.
Right.
You don't know what the fuck is going on. You're on the phone at 3 a.m. Okay.
Well, but I have to, because he's like 16 hours ahead. So, I can't. It's tomorrow for him today.
Sure. Yeah. What else are you doing while they're gone?
We don't have to talk about everything.
Oh, okay. So masturbating a lot.
Nobody wants to hear anything.
Especially
I'm cleaning
your wife
house.
And parents.
Yeah.
Enjoy Pete's mom and dad.
I'm cleaning the home.
Sure. Yeah. Is that what you call it? Cleaning the home.
Oh, what
oh man. This is you're getting a shotgun blast full of what it was like to be on TV with me every day.
I know. I like it.
Surprised I didn't get fired a lot sooner.
No, it's good. This is the good stuff. Well, speaking of that, again from another episode, I asked Bridget if she wanted to go to Pound Town, and she said no.
You brought this up. You brought this up last week.
Yeah.
Pound Town.
Yeah, she's like, no, go eat your yogurt.
What are you, 100? Go eat your yogurt. It sounds like that conversation is what somebody in like an old folks home has.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you want to go to Pound Town?
I'm 33.
Eat your yogurt, Carl. Don't make me call the orderlies again.
Exactly. Pound Town. What a stupid saying.
It's not a good one.
Are you watching anything?
What have we been watching?
I watched a show with Ray Romano, Made for Love, on HBO.
To be honest, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's really good.
And my wife,
it's really quirky.
Is it Made for Love?
Made for Love, yeah.
Made for Love. Um, no,
It's intense.
we watch. I kind of got Stockholm syndrome about a lot of the Bravo shows, so now we watch a lot of that.
What does
Housewives,
that mean?
the Real Housewives, the
Don't they keep getting in
Summer
trouble?
House, huh?
Didn't one of them just get
Yeah.
in trouble?
So who knows when this is going to post? I haven't done the math, but
Well, one of them will be in
a couple
trouble.
weeks ago. Yeah, Jen Shaw, who was one of the new there was a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was a new series that came out just over the quarantine, and she was this larger than life personality, really big, had a team of people around her constantly, and it turns out what she's been accused of and investigated for is basically getting lead lists of gullible old people to sell to other people who want to fleece old people. So she's been brought up on wire fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, something and something else.
Allegedly.
I don't work for, you got to say she's brought up.
Alleged.
I could say she's been brought up on charges. That actually happened.
Yeah.
The criminal act is alleged. Yeah. And again, since I'm not currently working for E-News, I'm not as up to it as I should be. But yeah, so this is
and rightfully so.
It was her. Teresa Giudice was another one who got in trouble for, Joe Giudice signing their names to financial documents that didn't accurately represent their, then again, wire fraud. But there's a list of people who have done illegal shit who have wound up on Bravo shows. So apparently she got arrested midway through the season. So but that's
why you get that. That's how you get that job, is you have to be kind of a loose end.
It's hubris. You have to have an extraordinary amount of hubris, not only to think, oh, I'm interesting enough for people to want to watch me on a television show, or to think that you can do something at this and think you're not going to get caught. And also, I'm also doing this thing. I don't think I'm going to get caught, but also let me flaunt my wealth that I've gained from fleecing old people on national television. It's kind of fascinating. So this is how I got sort of Stockholm syndrome into this is, A, working at E, but B, my wife was really into these shows. And there comes a point in many of these shows where something like this happens, where there is some very real life shit that starts to happen to these people. And it's not like, oh, Janet didn't invite me to the party and I'm mad at Janet. It's like, you've been claiming you had cancer when you didn't actually have cancer. And now the feds are after you for whatever, because you've been trying to, embezzle money from people. And that's when it gets really interesting.
6 months in jail.
Yeah. And that's when it gets really interesting, when this sort of constructed reality meets real reality. That I find that very interesting. It's really fascinating. And Bravo does a really good job at not shying away from it and not trying to paper over it. And I don't, they do a really good job at showing basically documenting what's happening. So I find that stuff, at first I was so bored by it, and now I'm just legitimately into it. And so that's what we watch.
Well, that's riveting. Everybody
that's what we watch.
Was very excited about that.
Whatever. You brought up a Ray Romano show.
Yeah, well, it's a good show. I didn't talk about it for 15 minutes.
I don't know. You asked me. But that's it, man. I get 1 hour at night.
Yeah.
And that's what we're watching. We're watching probably something on Bravo.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah. And it's also, my wife has got a low threshold for tense shows as it is, but it gets even worse when she's pregnant. She can't handle tense drama. She can handle housewives shouting at each other, but if I'm like, hey, let's watch Ozark, she's like, it's too tense for me.
No, I get that, because I go back and forth with that stuff too. There's times where you just kind of need some comic relief instead of because our lives are not funny. They're just not. It's not funny,
right?
And so when you have a chance to sit down You almost want to watch The Office over and over and over and over again, or Seinfeld.
Totally.
Or something like that.
It's, you know,
Just in order to-
HGTV or something like that, that you,
Yeah.
whatever, people, it's like the number one
You
channel,
just
cable channel.
turn
Because
off.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I get that. The other thing that I'm watching is Falcon and Winter Soldier. We talked about this. I'm a sucker for those things. I'll watch all of those. It's pretty good. You know, 3 episodes in. It's not quite as good as WandaVision. Different, but good. That's my thoughts on that. About. Well, that's good. Here's another thing that I did this week. So we've talked about, obviously, out of work. So I signed up for unemployment benefits. And so we did this last Thursday. We spoke after, and I was like, I got to sign up for unemployment benefits. How hard was it? And you're like, oh, it's not hard at all.
I said, call Bill.
You said, call Bill. I didn't call Bill. I got to like the very first thing where it's like, okay, now we need to verify your identity. So they use an outside company called ID.me, and you upload a photo of whatever your documentation, and then you take a selfie so that they can match everything together and make sure it's all copacetic. So I do it, and there's a problem. And the problem, you don't know what the problem is. They don't tell you explicitly what the problem is, but you have to be on hold
like,
for
you're ugly.
That could be it.
So you can't.
You're not getting it. So you have to be on hold until a referee can physically FaceTime you, and you guys can talk it out, and you can show them your documents, and they can make sure everything is on the level.
Yeah.
I was on hold from 3:45 in the afternoon. They called me at 4:50 in the fucking morning. I slept through it because I was asleep. I left it running overnight. I was like, oh, I had checked online. I checked on Twitter, and I was seeing people. I was on hold for 8 or 10 hours. So by the time I went to bed around midnight, I was like, oh, if I get off now, I'm going to have to get on again in the morning. And so I'm just going to let it run overnight. And, I don't know what'll happen. They FaceTime me at 4:50 in the morning. I don't answer. I get back on Friday morning at I wake up at 7, probably by 7:30. I get back on. 24 fucking hours later, I still hadn't been connected to anybody. Sunday, I booted up. I was like, it's the holiday. I don't know what their work hours are. I'm going to try it. I log on Sunday afternoon at 2:30 in the afternoon. And all of a sudden it says the wait time is 2 hours and 40 minutes. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then it just starts to climb throughout the day. Every time I check back, it's like 3 hours and 15 minutes, 3 hours and 44 minutes, over 5 hours. And so it's the over 5 hours is just sort of it just says that when it's going to be over. You don't know if it's
call and they'll say, we're not taking calls now.
You don't know if it's 5 hours. You don't know if it's 30 hours.
Yeah.
So the only way I was able to get through was to go on Twitter, DM the CEO, and call him and the company out on Twitter. Because I saw that somebody else had did it, and he responded to them, and they kind of got it going. Sure. So by 10 o'clock at night, finally, I'm FaceTiming with some dude who's, I don't know, maybe he's in North Carolina. I have no idea. I'm hoping it was legit and not just some dude stealing my fucking identity.
He's like, can I just have your social security number and your bank account number?
It's not bank account, but it's social security, passport, driver's license. That's the whole 9 yards. You're like, I really hope this is on the level. Otherwise,
wow,
that's what it took.
Yeah,
it took so long. And I started Googling, and there were stories from earlier in the year, like last month, January, February, early March, of people being on hold for 3 days and being afraid to shower, being afraid to leave the house, shower. I don't want to miss the call because what am I going to do? And it just sort of dawned on me, man, for me, do I need the money?
I didn't have to do any of that.
At some point I sort of outsourced it to this other company. Man, if I was one of those people who if I missed a paycheck or I missed a payment, my life would be in upheaval. That would have been an incredibly stressful 3 or 4 days. I mean, it was stressful enough as it is, but man, if so many people in this country, if you miss a paycheck, you're fucked. if you lose your job and then you got to go through that, oh, what a nightmare, man. I really feel for. I mean, but I will say
a lot of people are going through that.
responsive. They were really responsive, and that's
that's good.
Unfortunately, that's what you got to do.
How, because when you go through things like you've gone through, it's almost like having a death, whereas there's acceptance and all that. Are you in the acceptance stage or?
Yeah. It's weird. I mean, it's definitely weird to lose a job that you've been at for 18 years. It's definitely strange. You definitely have a moment, especially a job like we had, where it's so closely tied to your identity. And it's not like I got out of it and was like, oh, who am I? But it's even the stuff that I would pay attention to, the stuff that's ingrained in you. Like we were just talking about the Real Housewives of whatever.
Sure.
That
was that we would normally talk about if we
but it was something that I would normally talk about at work.
Sure.
Like there were things that I would pay attention to that I needed to pay attention to for work. And now I'm not paying attention to it. I'm kind of like, what do I pay attention to?
Yeah.
What do I do? My day is, go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt. My thing was always, I try to compartmentalize everything. So it's family, this, that, work, etc. And when one was done, it was done. And so I tried not to create my identity about, around what I did necessarily.
Yeah.
However, it provided this mansion that I live in.
It's luxurious.
And my birdhouses.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that what, I can't really tell what it is.
Those are my hobby.
It's
indoor
no, I know.
Houses.
Yeah. Oh, I've I've been having, meetings with people and they're like
haus.weebly.com.
Nice. People are like, what's your hobby? I'm like, what do you mean a hobby? I had a more than 40-hour a week job and now I have a kid. What the fuck are you talking about? Hobby. I don't have any fucking hobbies.
One-on-one basketball with my buddy.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, with all my free time? What am I, like working on muscle cars? I don't have that kind of time.
Is that your therapist asking you?
You should get it. You should get some hobbies. You should do something with this.
You need to read. You need to have a hobby. Sing. I don't know.
Sing. It's definitely not sing. Singing is one of those things that terrifies me. Singing in front of people. I can't sing. God.
Listen, I mean, I still have this microphone sitting here because I'm not a comedian, but I've gotten up and done comedy. And
I was going to be surly, but I decided not to.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You're an asshole. But I have gotten up and done it.
Yeah.
A couple of times. I pitched a show to Esquire and they said, all right, yeah, do it. And so we shot the show. In the middle of it, I'm going to leave many of the details out. The director had some stuff going on, and like every other show that you try to pitch, including probably this one, the whole thing fell apart. So now I've got hours and hours and hours of this show that I pitched.
And then, well, you could still pitch it somewhere else. Like they don't own it, right?
No, they actually had to officially. After
release it.
We didn't deliver.
Yeah.
They had to release it to me. So.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true too. Esquire Network's not a thing anymore, so it doesn't really matter.
No, but the idea is a good idea.
You could pitch that somewhere else. What the fuck are you doing wasting your time with me? You could be doing that.
No.
Oh, no.
Well, maybe you want me to pitch it right now?
No.
Well, I own it.
Okay, good for you.
You want to hear it? It's a good idea.
I've heard it.
It's about cooking.
It's okay. Yeah. I mean, I would be reticent to pitch a show. Do you like properly own it? And here's my question.
Yeah, no.
I would be reticent to pitch a show idea on something that other people are going to see on the internet and can fucking steal.
I know, but I have proof that I've pitched it, and it's been,
Okay. Are you aware of the legalities of all of intellectual property?
No, but we do have an attorney.
Okay, then
we have a third employee.
I would be hesitant to just be pitching show ideas.
I just called who now is technically our attorney, who I'm paying.
What?
About something? Yeah. No, it's just.
I can't tell if you're joking or not.
We'll talk about it off here. I'm not joking.
Are we getting sued?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just a buddy of mine. I was like, hey, can you look at this thing and see
what needs legalese?
We put a lot of things to sign. We got red vines.
We put one of these things up on YouTube
we got Huggies.
What do they say? You got to blur that shit out. You can't be talking about that. Huggies has got big money, man. If they come for you, they're going to own your house.
No, I'm being facetious.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about the lawyer later. What else is going on? So I put this up on Twitter because we ordered dinner the other night from a restaurant, which they've made it right. So I will not name them, but I'm biting into brown rice and I feel something hard in my mouth, and I go, "It's not glass."
Let me guess. Fingernail.
Sure. Nope. Not quite as gross as that, but upsetting.
Fingernail glass.
I'll give you one more guess.
Shell.
No, it was metal. It was like a little piece of metal that had been like wire clipped, and
you could tell that.
Yeah, I'm assuming that that's what it was, like probably metal that you would use to bind something, and then you could clip it off. Because it was pretty thick, like, and it was only an inch and a quarter, inch and a half, and I couldn't bend it.
It was an inch and a half.
It was like this big. It was like the size of two fingers.
Like a piece of rice.
Oh no. And so again, this is another thing. I had to
How do you miss that?
I have no idea. I mean, I was just eating it, and now that I have a child, I eat very quickly and I take very large bites. It's probably very unhealthy. But it was
not like red vines for breakfast.
Exactly. I guess it had just like been in the spoon in the fork in the exact, but like covered perfectly by the rice. And when it went into my mouth and I felt something hard, I was like, oh, that's like a weird uncooked piece of rice. And then I felt it again. And I was like, there's something in my mouth. If it's a bone,
please write in the comments the joke that goes in that.
I think I did say I had a bone in my mouth, and if it was a bone, I was like, okay, I'm okay with that. I'll push through that. That's fine. And then I pulled it out and it was a piece of metal. I was like, okay, I guess I'm done with dinner now.
Silver?
It was not quite silver, but it was like gunmetal color, like gunmetal gray.
If I get a hair in my food for some reason, I don't know. It's the same. I can't. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
Totally.
Certainly not metal.
Yeah.
I could probably power through the rest of the meal, but hair.
Had to get on Twitter, had to like put a picture of it up and call the company out on Twitter. And then I guess they're sending a gift card, even though I was like, I don't know. I might need a little space. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'll take the tweet down. I know nobody intentionally puts fucking metal in their rice, but I might need a moment of not this restaurant.
Well, Yoshinoya is one of our sponsors. And so
it wasn't Yoshinoya. It wasn't Yoshinoya. I'd never been to Yoshinoya Beef Bowl.
It's what you think.
Food. It's food.
Yeah.
Technically.
You can get what they say that they have.
Yeah. Just a bunch of beef.
These
in a bowl.
Are the things that we have. Don't ask any questions.
That's
We've got this color of this type of protein.
What do you want? Do you want white? Do you want like a grayish?
What would you?
It's up to you.
You can do whatever you want in here.
Pink? You want it pink?
Yeah.
It comes pink. I wouldn't recommend it.
Sometimes we cook it.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
How would you like that cooked? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You tell me whatever. We're just going to cook it how it is.
Well, just look.
It's either going to be rock hard or ice cold.
You came in here knowing what this was.
Yeah.
And it's going to be that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So those were the big events. I stepped on a bee. This has been an eventful week for me, Peter. Some days we get in here to chat and I'm like, I got fucking nothing. I ate metal. I stepped on a bee.
I've got to blow my nose.
I had it out with ID me. I got a haircut.
Too wide.
So that's my week, man.
Oh, this fucking show.
Now you're out of focus.
I know.
35 years I've been doing this.
Fuck
Can't
off.
even stay in focus.
I swear
Jesus Christ, Peter. We had 99 people watch the first episode of this, and you can't even stay in focus. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Woo.
Ay.
Oh my gosh.
I
So
have
what
been
else?
doing it though for what? Let's see. When I start, I went to 4 high schools,
Mhm.
and one of which I did video nonsense, and so I had a cable.
Was that the
access
name of the
television
class?
show. Yeah,
Video
just like this.
nonsense.
It's something to do. And I went to school at video nonsense, and I had a show on cable access that I have to shoot for every week and do these little things. And
Mhm.
I'm not going to date myself, but it was low budget.
You've told us how old you are.
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No, I'm 73.
You look damn good for 73.
Finally, a compliment.
You're welcome. I think it's the facial hair.
Yeah, this is a disaster.
It's not a disaster.
It is. Look at this thing.
You're drawing a lot of attention to something that people who don't know what you look like without a goatee, I'm going to say, they don't know. They don't know the difference. Well, I don't know. I think there's a technical name for what that is. Goatee, yeah. I thought connects, right?
I don't know what it is.
And so if it's a mustache and whatever down here is, that's got a specific name, I think. And I don't think it's goatee. Leave it in the comment section and you'll win, I don't know, a shout out from us for being right about something.
You're going to get the gift certificate to the place that he got.
That you could just Google. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll mail it to you. After that,
$10 gift certificate for free.
You're on your own though. If there's like chicken wire in your fucking salad, don't come crying to me.
Yeah, that's
you got the warning.
We made it very clear. This is a potential.
This is a place
hazard.
That puts metal in their food. Yeah. So yeah, you go if you want.
They just are picking people up and like, can you make rice and stuff? Yeah, but I just got off the construction site. Yeah, no, that's good. It's
okay. Yeah, can I put stripped copper in there? Yeah, sure. We don't care. No problem.
What happened? Something just spooked you.
I am also watching my Nest Cam of my daughter sleeping because my wife is out for the day. So, well, not for the day, just for the afternoon doctor's appointment. So I am watching you. I'm watching that. And then I heard a dog bark and I thought maybe they were related. So
this is just riveting. I don't know. Are we getting better or are we getting worse?
Way worse. We should have just stopped at 1.
Yeah, we peaked.
That would be another good name for a show. We peaked with Pete.
Yeah. Alone. Pete peaked.
You got anything else?
Oh,
you normally have got something weird written down on your notes. This week you brought up something that you brought up last week. So what else? So what's new?
Oh shit! I've got a ton.
Well, just the first one on the list.
Do you write anything?
The first one that's on the list. That's not Pound Town.
Do you write? Did you write anything down, or did we already talk about that?
Do I write anything down? Meaning what?
Like, do you write for this, Or
No, what?
you just come and
Of
sit
course
down?
not. I just come and sit down. We're gonna write this stuff. If I wrote this stuff out ahead of time, I would be like, oh God, I can't say this.
Hours I spent.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't. I barely have time to do this, let alone write things down beforehand. Like every now and then.
Oh, I had a gray ear hair. Disgusting. That's a bad day.
Oh,
and I didn't find it.
It's gonna happen. Oh, before we started, you wanted to make fun of me for my hairy chest.
I didn't want to make fun of you.
Oh, all right. You want to suggest me shaving it?
Yeah, we need Manscaped to sponsor this thing.
Hell no, not after what they've done to you.
Well, it did make my balls.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, but having a gray ear hair, and I don't have any ear hair. I'm really literally hairless, except for this.
Except for
thing.
one gray ear hair. Yeah.
Except for, yeah. Ugh.
You bleeded all this week?
Oh,
Pete's
yeah, well,
blood.
Yes.
I don't know. I forgot what we called the segment.
Yeah, of course.
I'm glad that we're getting into it 50 minutes in rather than in the first 10 seconds of it, though. I'll be honest.
Nobody watches to this.
This is this is like the,
nobody's here anymore.
The 12:50 bit on Saturday Night Live rather than the opener. You know what I mean? Yeah. I took my toenail off and gave it to my wife. We should say should the end of the show material, not.
And I'm not sure if I wore this t-shirt yet. We have the t-shirt?
I don't know if you have worn that or not.
It had a rainbow, whatever.
I like it.
It's all bullshit. Whatever.
I like it.
No, yes, of course. Like you, I've got issues with my nose. You can't smell, and mine likes to bleed when I blow it.
Oh, all right. So blood coming out of your nose.
Yeah. Very exciting.
You're not gonna, oh, okay. Oof, I thought you were going to show me the tissue. I was like, oh God, no.
We got 100 people to watch this stupid thing.
It's dropping. And it's dropping. The
more it picks up, they're like,
the more they see
what I was looking for.
I know.
I wanted blood.
We might get a very specific group of like fetishists in the comments section.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
More blood. Show us the pictures of the blood. Bleed on camera.
Somebody punch them. Punch them both.
Show me your bloody feet. There's money to be made there.
Oh shit.
I'll tell you, man. When you are on camera, and I guess this could be one of the last things we talk about.
Leaking like a sieve.
When you're on camera, your feet are on television. Your feet wind up in some database that somebody puts together of like wiki feet or something like that. I don't know if that's the exact name of it, but
they don't sponsor us.
No. Well, God, no. I'm open to it though, if the money's right.
Dude, I'll show anybody anything. But unfortunately, nobody wants to see anything on either of us.
Again, feet, you'd be surprised, bro. I'm not even kidding. Like everybody that we worked with who was on camera had like a creepy post about their feet at some point in time. I'm pretty sure that my feet have showed up in one of these websites.
What
you do like a shoot at the beach or something where you're like I'm not wearing shoes, or with the ladies it would be like whatever their shoes were, like high-heeled shoes that are strappy, and then for me it was doing something
sandal.
Exactly,
which we had to do
strappy sandal. Yeah, if you're at the beach or something, you're doing a shoot at the beach and your feet wind up on camera, it's like clip, boom, somebody that's on the internet now.
Yeah.
On purpose, not just like an accident. People look to find it. It's
well, we'll leave it on feet.
So I'm just saying there's an interest. They don't care about this. They care about your feet. So,
nobody, I'm finding it very obvious that nobody cares about this.
No.
I mean, no matter how much lighting, I've got 5 lights hitting me right now.
Listen, you're married. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're interested in it or not, Pete. You're not even allowed. You're not even allowed.
I don't want the show to fail because I'm ugly.
You're not ugly. You're handsome. You're a handsome man.
Come on. All right,
you're a silver fox.
That was easy. I'm on my way.
And you know what, there's a market for everything.
Oh, shut up. Well, that was a great episode. It was wonderful talking to you. I'm sure we missed a couple things that we could have talked about.
You got anything else on the list?
I'm not cavalier about any of the things that we discuss because it's very important that we are earnest and present.
I don't know what you're doing right now.
It's a callback.
I remember. All right, man. Well, this was fun.
Yeah, fantastic.
I've got to go. And I think I really just needed to let it all out so that I didn't do this to my daughter.
Or your wife.
Or my wife. Oh my God, my wife would hit me.
It's the only
it would be like
voice you hear in a day.
Like a fucking cartoon whacking another cartoon with a frying pan. That's what would have happened to me. The one that's getting hit with the frying pan. Obviously not doing the hitting. If I came at my wife with this energy, holy shit, bro. I would probably need to come sleep at your house. That's what would be happening.
You have to have a male voice in your head during the day. In some way.
I do. It's mine.
Yeah. Well, not that one. You have to have one that tells you to shut up.
Yeah. Woof. All right.
All right. Well, I love you.
Good chat. Love you, brother. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.